Alright, what's up y'all? Today we're going to be talking Texas rigs. So the Texas rig. The Texas rig consists of a EWG hook, a straight shank hook, one of these two, and a bullet weight. This is what a Texas rig is. So with line on it, it'll look like that. Just like that. So there's a lot of many different baits you can use for a Texas rig, and I have my favorite ones to use, and a lot of different colors to use in different situations. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright y'all, first off, what we're going to start talking about is your creature style baits. So the missile D-bombs creature bait, this one right here, and the Ozark Trails, believe this is a brush hog or something along those lines. It's got hog in it. And the yamatunuki from Yamamoto. This is not really a creature bait, it's just, this is what we call a poop bait right here, or a scat bait, because it's like, it doesn't have any appendages but this little teeny thing right here. So let me explain how we use these. So the Missile Baits D-Bomb creature bait, this is in Superbug. So this is basically your just typical crawl looking bait. This is more of a beaver style bait because it doesn't have like the crawl claws. But how we gonna rig this? We're gonna use a straight shank for this one. So gonna put it through the top, pop it out, slide her up all the way up here, like this, here, boom, just like that. It would look a lot better, but that's just how it is. But with this particular bait, this is more your flipping punching bait, so you want to throw this on a flipping hook. Alright, so the next bait we're going to talk about is the Ozark Trails. It might be a hammer hog, that's what it might be. But this is a creature style bait that mimics multiple things like a craw, a lizard, a worm. It can be a lot of things. So how you want to rig this and where you want to use this. So where you want to use this is cover, open water, structure, just stuff like that. Like I was throwing this by a where a little water flows into a pond, and this got slammed, but I didn't hook up because my drag was messed up. That's another tip. Always check your drag before you start casting. So how you want to rig this? So EWG, just like that. And this is one of the most crucial things, is when you bring it over, the tails should come out and up and over like that. It shouldn't stay closed. It should come out, flare out when you bring them over. So when you're coming over structure, it does that. So which side we want facing up is this side right here. So take our EWG, push the shank through like that, pop her out, push her up like this, take it like that, boom, right through there. Should look like it. So how you want to work this? So you're going to want to hop it on the bottom, because this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be sticking straight up like this. It's going to be these two tails, they're going to be flaring. It's going to be like curling up and down, up and down, up and down. So let me show you this movement from y'all's angle. So it's going to be here, hop, boom. So it looks real good. And the last creature bait section is going to be the Yamamoto yamatunuki. So you want to use this when there's a ton of pressured fish, or just any fish in general. So this bait is made by Japanese anglers and Yamamoto, which is a Japanese company. The fish in Japan are very, very heavily pressured. So the invention of this led to different scat type baits. And this has not a lot of action, but this little thing right here, it moves a lot. And when this comes down, it swirls to the bottom. And once you move it, like you jerk it, the tail will move. So you want to rig this same way you do any. Pop it out, slide it up all the way here, and this little groove right here is where you want to keep your hook at, right there, like that. You want to bury it a little bit, and boom, it's like that. So as I come and grab it, that hook will pop out like that. And the reason why you bury the hook is then it'll turn weedless. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is going to be your Senkos, your trick worms, your curly tail, your paddle tail worms. So it's a trick worm right here. This is the Magnum T-Mac right here. This is just a curly tail. Oh no, this is actually a ribbon tail worm right here. It's green pumpkin, watermelon, green pumpkin. This one's a paddle tail right here, bubblegum pink, and then I just broke that one. This one just broke, but this is another paddle tail. I'd probably think this color could be like sunset or something like that. So how you want to use these? So T-Max right here. All these worms you can fish weightless. You don't need a weight. Most of these baits you want a weight, but these do not require a weight at all. So these ones right here, your trick worms, you can throw this on a drop shot as well. And there'll be another video down the road about a drop shot. So how you want to fish these? Same way you do all of them. I like to use EWG rather than a straight shank with all of these because I feel like my hook ratio is a lot better with the EWG. Slide her all the way up. Boom. 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 There she is. Okay. So how you want to use this? Throw this in structure, open water, rocks, wood, you name it, you can do this. You can also fish this as a wacky rig, so get a wacky worm hook, stick it right through this little band right here like a regular worm, and it's just gonna look juicy. But also these, when you work them on a Texas rig, they sit up. So you're gonna hop it and they stand up. So it's gonna look like this in the water. It's got this tail right here. The design of this makes it have a lot of action in the water. This is in like Super Bug as well. Similar color to this creature bait right here. No, your ribbon tail worms. This was one of the first baits I actually started using. These ones. I used the black and blue and I caught. This is really what started my bass fever right here. So you can use. I'm gonna show y'all on the straight shank how to do this. Same way to rig it as the EWG. So you stick it to the top. That. Pop her through. Slide it all the way up. That. Just like that. Just like that. Nice and flush. So how you want to work this? I usually work these weightless, but you can also throw them on a Texas rig. So similar to the T-Mac or your trick worms, they'll stand up in the water if you're working them on a Texas rig, weightless. So what I like to do, I like to boom, boom, let it sit. Like pop the rod so it looks like it's too low and then it sinks. And then you pop it again. When you're working stuff, you want to get a rhythm and you want to put pauses in it. So what I like to do with this is I'll do like a 1, 2, 3, let it pause, and let it sink a little bit, and then do a 1, 2. Just trying to get a reaction strike with these. So the next one is going to be your paddle tail worms. This one's messed up, but your paddle tail worms. And these are similar to your ribbon tails, but they just have like a little paddle tail instead of like a ribbon. These work similarly, like that, but this just gives a little bit more action. Rig it the same way, EWG, this, through here, pop it out, up, like this, here. But you probably want to use a skinnier EWG for this. This one's a heavy wire. Work it, you can work this just weightless and on a Texas rig. And then the last worm in this category is a Senko. I currently don't have a Senko, but you can find these at Walmart and other things. My favorite color for Senkos are green pumpkin or green pumpkin with watermelon or red flake. Those are probably my favorite, watermelon reds. All right, the next section we're going to talk about is going to be your minnow type baits. So paddle tail, so this is a Strike King. This is from Strike King. This is a Rage Tail right here. This is in white, but it's been in the box with a lot of different colors, so it's like got picked up like a greenish tint. And then from Zoom, your Super Salt Plus Fluke. So these are probably one of my favorite baits right here. So both of these you can work on a Texas rig, so they look similar, but with a paddle tail, there's a different way. So this is called a screw lock hook. So you don't need a weight for this because there's a built-in weight in the hook. Here's the screw lock mechanism right here. So what you're going to want to do, take this, feed it on here. So you're just going to screw bait on there like this. Screw it on to where you want it. And you do it just like an EWG. Same way you would hook it on. And then boom, just like that. Got the screw lock. So you just swim this, let it fall, pop it, do stuff like that. I usually throw these on the back of a chatterbait or spinnerbait, but I learned that you're not supposed to use these on a chatterbait because this tail right here throws off the action. You want to use something with a straight tail or no tail at all, so it would look like that if without a tail. And then probably my favorite bait besides a crawl style bait is a fluke. These things work so well when the bass are chasing baitfish just in the summer. And this is how you're going to rig one of these right here. Just EWG, boom, boom, through here. They have this little pocket right here where the hook will go in. So finish your pushing it all the way up. Put it through there. Boom. Just like that. And you can work it on a Texas rig, but I usually work these weightless because they just outshine. This tail right here just moves like crazy in the water, and it's a similar cadence to a curly tail, like a 1, 2, 3. Let it sink it into 1, 2, and stuff like that. Just mix it up, see what the fish want that day. The next category we're going to talk about is the lizards. So lizards, you want to use in like creeks, rivers, and ponds. It just depends on where you're at. If there is like salamanders, newts, and just like small like anoles and stuff in your area, it just depends on what's going on. So you want to rig this, put this through here, top. Boom, just like that. You can work these on top of the water because of these appendages. They just go crazy in this tail. It's like similar to a ribbon tail, so it'll give a little bit more action. And this brings one of the points I want to talk about is colors. So don't always try to use colors that match the forage food around you. So I know smallmouth really love chartreuse. So this is a chartreuse tail. This is coppertreuse. This is the Berkeley water bug. Chartreuse. This is chartreuse as well. So something about the aggression of smallmouth, they really love chartreuse. So if you're fishing around smallmouth a lot, try a little bit of chartreuse. But also just random colors, like this is pink and blue right here. Bubblegum pink. This works surprisingly well. This like sunset color. This is kind of natural right here. But mixing up the colors does work. It has an effect on the fish. Just try different colors. Stuff. Okay, so bolder colors you use in darker water, or there's a very aggressive fish. Lighter, more natural colors are more pressured fish and a lot clearer water. So remember that as well. But sometimes just throwing a curveball in there will catch you a lot more bass. The last category I want to talk about is your crawl style baits. So this is a Rage Punch Bug by Strike King. But my favorite crawl style bait is probably the Strike King Rage Craw or the Strike King, Yum Christie Craw. Yum Christie Craws are a lot cheaper and they're just a little bit more different. The Rage Craws, I love those because of the action they put off. So it's a punch bug. They want to rig this. EWG, fish it weightless as well. No, you don't want to fish this weightless. But feed this baby on here. Just like that. This is Plum Crazy. I usually use this particular bait when I'm fishing around a lot of reeds and stuff, because this is where it's excelled. Just flip it up right against the reeds, and that'll be a whole video flipping, pitching, and like analyzing where the fish are going to be at. So particularly for smallmouth, because I know that's the big question, what to use for smallmouth. Chartreuse is probably one of my things you want to try out. But smallmouth are in a lot colder water and usually in rivers, and I understand that. So what I'd probably use is your crawl style baits, your lizards, and just some type of bait in chartreuse, and also your worms and your hog style baits. So this is probably what I probably would throw if I'm around smallmouth, just like that chartreuse color. Just try that out. Black and blue works extremely well. Green pumpkin and craws, because I know there's a lot of rocks where smallmouth live. So this is the end of the video, y'all. If y'all want to see anything else, any different things, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe so you can get new videos every week or so. Thank y'all for supporting my channel. Love y'all. God bless y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.